Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching anywhere on the internet. True story. Even the people outside honking agree. All the information from me is below. Sorry. I coach in audio exchange, Zoom sessions, as well as telephone sessions. The three packages which you have the choice from are basically covering the same program, except it depends on your personality, your lifestyle, and what it is that you need in coaching, the kind of approach that you need in coaching, whether that be on the phone, again, exchanging audios with me, or face-to-face interaction, okay? I do recommend 2 to 3 months minimum in coaching with me. And here's the reason why. It's because I cover everything extensively. Okay, I really mean it when I say you will not need another coach after me. You will not. If you do this correctly, and to get the most out of my coaching, you really need to show up prepared to do the work. And the work is basically being open and honest and being able to take my guidance, quite frankly. I will leave you with assignments at the end of each interaction with me, which we interact 2 to 3 times per week, by the way. That also does not exist anywhere on the internet. And the coaching program that I've developed it throughout the 8 years that I've been coaching different people. And a lot of you know, I've coached a lot of people in the entertainment business. This is just, the world I come from, models, actors, singers, comedians, etc. And a year ago, I started coaching on YouTube because I started YouTubing around COVID, I would say, something like this. And I wanted to share my point of view, and somebody asked me to coach, and I started coaching. Okay. I have over 280 audio/videos on my YouTube channel now. So before making up your mind if I'm the right kind of coach for you, please go listen to what I have recorded. And if it resonates with you, you can book an hour first to schedule with me, whether that's a Zoom or a call, and then make up your mind person to person. But in essence, I'm very direct and I come to work. I'm very dedicated to my clients, and I love seeing results for them. And which is why if you want to get the most out of this, you really need to focus and come prepared to work as well, right? And not take my honesty offensively or anything like that. I mean, anybody in my coach, 99% of my clients are magnificent. And once in a while, a person takes it, I don't know, offensively, because maybe I've hit something that there's truth to, because I'm very truthful, and they don't know how to digest it. So if you aren't prepared to handle the truth, okay, then, most certainly this is not for you. But I will be very truthful with what you need to work on, which is why it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take years for you to figure this out in my coaching. In other words, maximum 6 months. Like I said, some people have stayed with me longer. No judgment there, obviously. Different people, different stories. Okay, everything is individual. I'm just talking generally here. But in essence, if you want to coach with me, please understand that I'm very direct. I'm not a therapist, and I will tell you like it is. I will tell you the truth. That's what people pay me for, and most people understand that. If you have any questions before you book my coaching, please email me. Please email me with your objectives of what you want to work on, etc. Or otherwise just book. And it's a very good idea to pre-book with me, because I'm always getting booked, and sometimes there may be a slight wait to get into coaching with me. So it's always a good idea to pre-book and just reach out to me immediately, okay? So the subject of today is telepathic magic, and boy oh boy, this is there's no way I'm fitting this into 30 minutes, I don't think. I've written so many notes, and this is the most, like this audio right here is going to be the most illustrative of how, for me, the way I manifest magic in my life and what I teach in my coaching. And this should be recorded for my private club, which, by the way, the link is below. But the more I took notes, and I was just like taking notes for a couple of days now, and I almost recorded it this afternoon, and then I was cooking ratatouille and this and that. True story. And it just kind of like was trying to come up with words how to explain it, truth be told, because I'm going to try, okay? By the way, my private club is no longer available on YouTube. Parenthesis here. It's only on my website. I've made the decision to not offer it through YouTube. It's too complicated. People get confused. La la la. It's on my website. You know, it's audios twice a week, and then you get an hour a month to talk to me. I always go over the hour, by the way. But anyway, so let's start. The telepathic magic, essentially, what I would preface this with, is the relationship between your higher self and your human self, okay? This is the best description of how to rule the universe, your universe, okay? And again, this is advanced, so if you don't understand something, don't worry about it. Like I said, this is like the highest echelon, and I should have been recording this for Private Club Academy. The way you maneuver the universe is on a remote control, right? And that remote control comes in two parts, right? The human self, the avatar, standing here on Earth, operating this situation called life, and then the counterpart, which is the higher self, okay? And the higher self, you have zero without the higher self, truth be told, okay? All the intuition, all the ideas, all the je ne sais quoi that comes to you, I don't know what in French, parenthesis here, for those of you non-French speaking people. It's sort of like, I was watching Ratatouille the other day, again, yeah, big fan of Ratatouille. What can I say? Truly marvelous work of art, if I may say so. Really inspiration. I love cooking. And I love ratatouille, and I love French, and all. I grew up in France and this and that. Part of my growing up was in France, and so it's kind of like this relationship, like he had the rat in his head, in his hair or whatever, underneath his toga, and that's kind of like your higher self prompting you to do certain things, right? Nudging you and inspiring you, or say, don't go this way, go this way, this and that and the other. And those of you who are empaths, which are 99% of my clients, understand exactly this. Like when you go into the room and you absorb other people's energy, I have that. I can do this via telephone, via text, via email. I just know who I'm going to have a marvelous relationship with and who is going to be a little bit kind of iffy, kind of deal. That's your higher self in giving you instructions in the invisible. And so this telepathic magic, right, you should really get familiar with how to use it in your favor, right? And understanding how you are utilizing it day to day then brings you to bigger subjects like career and how to cultivate money that you want or relationship and this and the other, okay? In order to understand this universe, you really have to download this one knowledge. There is a whole other world that is going on other than 3D. The 3D is an illusion. Like when people talk about this is all an illusion, this is all like past tense and yesterday's newspaper, it literally means what you need to pay attention it's not the 3D. It's what you need to pay attention to, is the vibration. Okay, what kind of messages you're sending out vibrationally, and that it's all vibrational, it's all telepathic. Your attention should be zeroed in onto what you're creating next, because what you're observing right now may be pretty good if you're doing good in life, but if it isn't, it's to your advantage to start cultivating a different vibrational world. Okay, and your higher self, your inspiration, your intuition, your imagination, all of this comes from higher self. Your counterpart, your invisible counterpart, always inspires you and gives you clues like, all right, you don't like this, let's work on this, how about this, and what is this? And I have this quote by me, okay? Magic happens, miracles happen when you take the time to dream. And what does that mean? Not just dream like, it's kind of like abstract. No, what are you imagining? What are you cultivating in your mind right now? What are you working on mentally, right? So magic and miracles, which I titled my channel, is you, essentially what comes from you, right? From the higher self, from you, from the overall larger picture. What are you creating next? And if the situation at hand is not to your liking, what are you working on next? What kinds of, metaphorically speaking, paint are you choosing? What color? What kind of brushes are you using? What kind of canvas are you going to paint on? And that becomes of paramount importance. What kind of vibration are you sending out right now? That's your telepathic power. That's your telepathic magic. You could be in the shit show situation right now, and I don't care what it is. Really, I don't. You put any kind of like situation, you tell me, Anna, the world has collapsed on me. All right, my darling, I understand. But the thing is, you created it. No judgment there. It's not like a blame, like, you know what I mean? You're not a bad person, but you don't understand how you did it, maybe, because obviously, you think that the world has collapsed. The world is evolving around you. It's just, it's like a waiter who's saying, what would you like to order tonight, madame or monsieur? What kind of wine, what kind of champagne, this, that, and the other. And so it becomes of paramount importance for you to really just grasp that this world is not what you think it is. Maybe you do already, maybe not entirely understanding. And it operates from the station called your mind, right? What are you putting into your mind? What kinds of ideas? What are you dreaming up as we speak? Okay, so I have this other favorite saying when I get into my pissy moods once in a while. It happens to a coach too, don't worry. My saying is, stop pretending that you're not creating this. Stop pretending, step out of it. Let's go. What do you want to replace it with? What's the solution, right? So when you have this understanding of, this is why I don't, frankly, I've had a couple of people in my coaching who have called me mean or something, and I watched this little clip by Kevin O'Leary. Some of you may know who he is. He's a finance guy. Oh, you think I'm mean? Or some of you maybe. He is mean, mean like as a very straightforward. And he was sitting, there's this clip of him. So funny. I love him. With cherries and some other fruit. I can't remember now. And he's like, you think I'm mean? What are you talking about? Like, I'm just telling you the truth. Are cherries mean, or whatever the fuck was next to him? I don't remember. Peaches or something mean? Are they mean? It's just the truth. It's just what it is. Are strawberries mean? No, I'm just telling you how things are, and you should really kind of like take it to heart. And I would agree. I love that. If somebody's reflecting back to you like, hey, look at this, like, this is how things are, let me help you change it, I think you should really, really listen. And here's why. There's a very simple reason why. Because if you address the truth at hand, it's easier to change. If you don't know what the fuck you're looking at, if you don't know what the fuck you're dealing with, there's no way you're changing it, because you're not even addressing the truth. That's a very simple reason why. I'm not even in the beginning of my notes. It's like, bear with me. This is going to be long. I told you it's going to be long. And so what this telepathic, this vibrational universe gives you a lot of powers, a lot of magical powers. All right. It's all vibration. It's all telepathic. Okay. And you really need to learn how to, again, use it to your advantage, right? And so for instance, like as I was cooking ratatouille and I was taking down my notes, telepathically you can create memories of the events that you want to experience. So it's like accessing memory bank of the events you want to manifest before it happened. So this is how I manifest nonstop. And for me, not to brag, all right, relax please, but this is how I manifest all the time. It comes to me intuitively, because I have access to this relationship with my higher self, and I kind of did it again intuitively, and I had to kind of like think about how am I going to explain this, right? So when I want to manifest something, I don't think about it so much. I just it's already done for me, and so I'm already there. And so if I'm already there, I'm just eavesdropping on this reality where, hey, that was so great, that wow, this happened like this and like that. I'm living in the aftermath of the situation. And again, it's not a purposeful situation, but I'm trying to teach what I know, which is why it's so easy for me to manifest. And so it's kind of like you're thinking of it like it already happened, and you're just thinking of it like, oh yeah, that was so great. Wow, fantabulous. That was so amazing. And you're just doing it naturally, like you're overhearing a conversation with somebody, or you just, you're transporting yourself into a parallel reality where it already has happened, and you're just overhearing your own thoughts, perhaps, if nothing else, where wow, that turned out magnificently. And you just, my favorite is like when I walk my dog, I start putting myself in that everyday practice. For example, like whatever you do every day, I love walking my dog. It's my time to kind of like think about certain things and contemplate flowers and nature and this and that. I love nature. And so you put yourself in that exercise where it's like, I'm walking my dog or whatever it is you do every day, and this already has happened, and now what am I doing? Now what am I thinking? Now what am I contemplating, right? And so it's like when people say, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Of course, the fucking chicken, duh. Okay, you're the chicken, you're the golden Buddha. You give birth to your ideas, and then you contemplate them, and you can reposition it anytime you want. Accessing people's minds, it comes the same way. Okay, so imagine it's a laboratory of everything. You have access to everything, so use it wisely. Don't be evil or anything like that. It will come back to you. I mean, if you do it, it will come back to you, so whatever. Don't hurt yourself. Yeah, it's people think that it's somebody. Oh my god, I watched this video really quick. I don't want to mention who it is. I don't want to. Yeah, but this guy has got like millions of followers and this and that on YouTube, and his answer about karma was so blech. Somebody got up in the audience and said, what about karma? What about people who do nasty things in the world and don't get karma? And his answer was so, I don't even know what it was. He just said something, it was so stupid. Anyway, I would have just said to this person, don't worry, darling, it will hit them in the ass like no tomorrow. Because the truth is, people who don't do good in life and don't, it's so transparent, the energy world, it's not even funny. Every time somebody tried to do harm by me, I would find out later their life literally went to ruins, and I didn't have to do anything, like literally zero. Okay, so don't worry about all of that. You just worry about what you're doing. And so you have the access to everybody's mind, okay, in your life, like let's say your SP or your coworker or your boss or whoever. And you can tell them literally what to do and at the time that you want them to do it. This is true story. I'm not lying. Okay, this is actually how I manifest. You wanted a really good audio, right, about telepathic magic, and I'm sharing with you like the treasure box. And if you understand it, good. If not, like come into my coaching. And you literally tell them, look, you're going to do this and you're going to say this to me, and this is when you're going to do it. Right now or tomorrow or in the next week or so, you're going to do it. Okay? And of course, you have to come with benevolent intentions, but chances are, if they're on the same kind of frequency as you are, they already want to do it anyway, right? So you're not really forcing anything. Just remember, this is not manipulation or forcing. You're just communicating to them like, look, we're working on this, or I want you to become a better person and say this to me and apologize to me, or we're working on this project and this is what I want you to do. So it has to come from benevolence. Cannot stress this enough. It has to come from benevolence. And then there's no limit to what you can do. Okay. But it also has to be, right? So it cannot be needy. It cannot be like, please. No, it has to be like, no, you're doing this. That's it. I've decided it's already done anyway. So you're doing this. It has to feel good for you. It cannot be that you're forcing it. Forcing usually means something is out of alignment. You don't really believe it. You're desperate or something else is going on. If you really believe it, it's like 1, 2, 3. Okay. And so you constantly have this dialogue, right, with the universe, getting signs, right? A lot of people write to me, I'm getting signs, Anna, towards my manifestations. That's very nice. Don't get me wrong, I get signs all the time, but more than that, you should get your manifestations, right? So signs are great, like the feathers and the numbers and the rainbows and whatever else, but that's wonderful. But that's just a precursor to the manifestation. What you really want is a manifestation. For me, I always have the dialogue with my higher self. I'm like, I like the precursor, I like the signs, but I already know that it's done. So just give me the shed. Just give me the manifestation, you know? And sometimes, don't get me wrong, it's nice to get a feather or this and that out of the blue, or a rainbow or whatever else, or a certain kind of situation that you don't necessarily, it's out of the normal, out of the ordinary. Okay, something like, you know, I don't know, my favorite is finding like money in the street, and it's like, I knew it, here it is. You know, I found like thousands of dollars in the street, and it was like, well, there's nobody around, it's mine, bye. You know, it's like middle of the night, like, I don't know. It's for me. I ordered it from the universe and it's right here, and there's nobody around. There's nobody, who am I going to talk to? It's just money in the street. Like literally no envelope, no nothing. It's just there laying. And so I ordered it from the universe. It's for me. And remember, universe puts things in your reality as you order them. It's not there by accident. It's not like, oh yeah, somebody lost it and now you have. No. This was literally created for you. It came out of nothing. It came out of just the abyss, and it's just laying there for you for some purpose. And of course, you know, be generous and give back to the universe and invest in yourself, obviously, but give people what they like. You know, I love to be generous with some people. I love to, you know, invest in some people, etc., etc. I mean, numerous things that you can do with money. But the thing is, you always create, okay? And so you get these signs, but the thing is, create on purpose, right? So, all right, so a sign would be, let's just say, I don't know, a white feather, right? So you need to incorporate a meaning. You need to have this dialogue with the universe of like, okay, this means this for me. Okay, this means that I'm getting X, Y, and Z, or this means this person is thinking da-da-da. And so you have this, or it's literal. I've gotten messages in my own personal life where it's like I see something on a billboard or on Instagram, or somebody shows me something, or I overhear a conversation as I'm walking, and it's literally it's that person communicating to me that I want to hear something from, or I'm reading their thoughts. Okay, literally, like somebody says something to me, or I read something, or it just comes to me, and it's a voice in my mind that isn't particularly mine, but it gives me the answer. This is what the answer is. Or it just comes an inspiration as a feeling. Okay, so all of these are signs. Like I said, get a load of this audio. This is very long, but very, very useful. And so it becomes like a daily practice for me is waking up in the morning. I wake up mad early. I wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock tops. And I have this daily practice of putting my mind at ease, relaxed. I don't rush to do anything. I don't, I need my meditation. I need to gather my thoughts. I need to do my index cards. Okay, those of you in my coaching know what that's about. I need to really contemplate, okay, my energy is aligned, everything is intact, I have a good connection with my higher self. And this is so important because you're receiving the perfect magic day in and day out. If you haphazardly fall out of your bed or whatever, come out of your bed, run to the bathroom, start brushing your teeth, and you have no rapport with your higher self, with your true telepathic magic with the universe, it becomes a little bit like, I've done this in the past in my early 20s, and it has not been very productive. And I've learned to have this dialogue, to dedicate some time, right? For some people, it's prayer, like religious people do prayer in the morning and this and that. Well, for me, it's just aligning my energy, being like, this is who I am, this is what I am. And parenthesis here really quick, because some people wrote to me about psychic attacks. Okay, so I figured I'd squeeze this into this audio. And here's what I have to say about this. So nobody can attack you psychically if you don't accept it. That's the short answer. If you accept it, then all right. But it's up to you. You have to be welcoming it on some level by caring about that person or caring about what they think, or just being vulnerable to it. Nobody can attack you. And this is why the relationship between you and your higher self is of utmost importance. Even if somebody tries to do something, if you have a dialogue with your higher self, like, look, I know I'm this is your beliefs now, which is why we work on beliefs in my coaching. I'm protected all the time. Everything is protected in my life. Some people may try to do something. Again, it will just return to them. Returning to sender, big time. And again, this is why it's so very important to keep a good practice of not doing anything bad towards other people. And when I really mean, it hasn't nothing to do with manifesting your SP back or anything like that. Literally wishing somebody ill or doing something catastrophic towards that person, right? So you can manifest your SP if they're with a third party. That's no problem. In a parallel universe or a reality, they're with you anyway. But if you intentionally wish somebody ill or doing some crazy shit towards, this will return to you. Don't worry about it for 1 second. And so psychic attacks, my ass, it's psych away. You psycho. Okay, if you're that crazy, it will just return to you. So don't worry about it. Nobody can do it. If you're feeling out of sorts, just go into meditation, light some incense. I can't get enough of this company, by the way, that sends me incense. Blunt Effects, so beautiful. Oh my God, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. And just, my favorite is if you know that you're feeling somebody, for empath, okay, you can come in contact with somebody whose energy is out of whack, or you're feeling some type of way, you just say, mentally, this is my favorite practice, okay, I'm going to share my secret with you. I just tell the person, look, we don't belong talking. We don't belong talking. I wish you all the best. I wish you well. Go on your way, and I have my own agenda in life. So, ciao, ciao. Have a nice day, kind of deal. And then it kind of it goes. And you may need to do it a couple of times. Another one is seeing them walk away from you in the white light. And it's just bye, ciao, cacao. You know, people talk about like the contracts that they sign with certain people and this and that, which we can talk about this in coaching, how you experience misery with certain people, but essentially you need to part with them on good terms, like literally, like, don't worry, bye bye, I know, bye bye, but have a nice day, I don't want to do this anymore, kind of deal. Okay, but nobody can attack you. That's the answer. Another one really important point that I wrote down is accessing a new world with all the desired components. And so this is towards the end of my coaching, which first I cover your history, then we go through your beliefs and emotions and drama panoramas, and I make no light of it. I understand people go through a lot of things, but essentially working through all of this, and then and only then do I compose with you your new life, right? How you want to direct your relationship with the universe now. And so every morning I wake up, the practice that I have is like, I'm working on something just like you. I'm manifesting things, etc. all the time, progressing. And so this world is composed of a certain energy, okay? And you're going with that energy every single day. You're reinforcing it, right? And you're communicating to the higher self and to the universe, like, yes, this please. Like, let's just say you're working towards, a new venture, a new business, and you're manifesting $1 million or a couple of $1 million towards it. And, you're manifesting your SP simultaneously or whatever else. That world is colored with a certain vibration, with a certain feeling, right? Or, you look a certain way and, whatever else you've got going on that you want to change. And that world has got this vibration surrounding it that you will bathe in every morning in order to have this relationship with that world, which will eventually, in a very short time, if you practice this with ease, it will become your own world. The money will start pouring in, the SP will start becoming somebody else that you want them to be. All this stuff will start becoming yours. And so this is the telepathic magic that you constantly have, where you're energetically inviting new realities. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So you constantly have to be aware of this energy that is being brought in. So the best way to control it is to choose it on purpose, obviously, and of course. Predicting events also comes with this telepathic magic by speaking them in your mind. Again, this is what's going to happen. This is what this person is going to say to me. Okay, preparing before each event, whether that's a meeting or an interview or for a job interview or conversation or a date or whatever. It's like, this is how it's going to go. If you don't prepare it, it's going to happen however. But if you are on purpose about it, like, this is what the person is going to say to me, but this is not prediction, this is creation. Right? Sometimes people say, oh, they're predicting to me, like, people love to send me these things like, Anna, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? Like tarot readers, who are like, I see a Gemini, a Libra, a Sagittarius, and they just like list everybody in the zodiac. And then it's like, the name contains A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm like, oh, Lord, please. The whole alphabet, like, please. So it all has to do with, it's not predicting when you like have to run down so many situations. I see an M, give me an O, give me an O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, W, X, Y, Z. I'm sorry. I know some people like it, but I don't. So here's the deal. It's not predicting if you have to run down so many things, like I said, but also they're a projection of your own mind. They're a projection of your own imagination. They're basically telling you what resonates somewhat. They're kind of like all over the place a little bit, like I said, but predicting really means creating. You're not predicting anything. It's like, I'm fucking creating. Prediction my fucking ass. Everything already exists. So if I'm going to predict, quote unquote, something, I'm just speaking it into reality. Okay? And if I have this dialogue with my universe, then I'm just creating it. There's nothing to predict. Yeah, you can be the side effect of my creation and tell me, oh yeah, your ESP is coming back. Well, duh, I already knew that. Hello. Little Russian h came out there. Hello. I already manifested that. Sorry. So it's not prediction, it's creating. Okay. The other thing I was going to talk about, and I really want to cover all my notes because trust me when I tell you, I am like backlogged on my notes for these audios, and I have a separate notepad for my private club academy, if you can imagine. That's how much I channel. Can't help myself. So getting comfortable with the vibration of your desire is another thing. So your higher self will test you and will give you a taste, right, of your preferred reality. So just like we were talking about having all the desired components in your new reality, and how does that feel, like, you know, having your new job or the couple of $1 million or whatever it might be, or getting married or having children, etc. You will have this experience where it's like the higher self would be like, how does that feel? And if it feels like it's a feeling of like, oh, wow. If it's a feeling of like this, you're getting used to it. It should be at the end of, you know, manifesting. It's like, yeah, whatever. Of course I will have a child. Of course I will get married to this person. Of course I will have a couple $1 million a year. Of course I will, of course. If it feels like, oh my God, that's so amazing, you're not there yet. You're just getting used to the idea. So it needs to be like calibrating your energy, getting comfortable with the vibration of your desire. And that's another process that you need to allow to have on your daily agenda, where it's like, yeah, got it. And it comes in waves. You're getting used to the new you in waves. And that's the situation also, in order to progress exponentially in your creative manifestational practice and your creative practice. You really need to establish this rapport, like, yep, working on this, working on that. This feels more normal today, not yet quite natural, but more normal. Yeah. Yes, I'm a million. Yes, I make this much money. Yes, I'm getting married. Yes, I'm having. Yes. But it's you have to massage yourself into it. All right. The other thing I was going to mention, the last note I have on that is, imagine the results, the ultimate result. So if you're working on a couple of $1 million deal or something, imagine the result, but with ease, and yet excitement and love. Not like, you know, like, yeah, we did it kind of deal. Like, wow, fantabulous, sensational, simply magical. I love this. Okay, not like, oh my God, it doesn't belong to me. This happened by accident. No. Leave that shit at the door. This belongs to you. This is not by chance. This is what you are made of, baby. No negotiations with the past world. The past world has to go. Just go watch my latest audio, the one before this one. The past has to shed. If you're creating something new, it has to be that you're elevating yourself to a higher ground. So no negotiations with the past world. Every time a fear comes in or some kind of situation, no, we've done it already. No. Been there, done that, no thank you. Ciao cacao. New world only. New components of the world only. Don't force it, just be playful around it, about it and around it. And lastly, I want to say, and I'll close with this, there's nothing else going on. It's all telepathic. And getting to know your mind is of the utmost importance, is what will be produced on the outside. A lot of people are into Neville Goddard, and I love Neville Goddard, but I wish he was a little bit more practical. And I will say this, the more you invest in your mind, it will be the outpicturing of your mind. You have to get to know what you're creating inside and telepathically communicating to the entire universe, in fact, what the fuck you're doing, okay? You have the direct relationship. You have the remote control in your hand towards the entire universe. True story. Your universe is getting constant, non-stop, 24/7 communication towards what you want to create. It thinks that what you're thinking about yourself and what you're thinking about your money, career, and your SP is what you want to create. Get to know that mind. And some of it, a lot of it, parenthesis here, is subconscious. What is subconscious? Things that you've accepted as given. It's not so mysterious as like, I don't even know what I'm thinking. It's not that. I disagree with some people who are like, I don't even know what I'm... No, you know what you're thinking. You know what you're thinking, but you've accepted it as a given. And that's kind of like on automatic pilot that you're doing it. But get familiar with excavating certain things out of your mind if they don't serve you. And then you have a clearer perspective on what you want to create. And you understand how to telepathically create literal magic. It literally works like imagine, and I'm going to leave you with this. Imagine I've given this example, and it's the best example that I can literally give. As a metaphor, you're putting on glasses every morning. And those glasses represent your beliefs and the things that you're thinking day in and day out about everything, every aspect of your life. And there's nothing else to see. But those glasses are literally glued to your face. And it isn't until you start taking off those glasses and literally seeing everything is possible, and you have the literal unlimited potential to attract anything and anyone in any capacity, any version of events, parallel realities and blah, 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 that you start understanding, holy shit bananas, I've been in the dark, literally, of my previous programming, which is why in my coaching, it's so magical to examine your brain, your mind, which is why, again, I spend a lot of time talking about your history, examining what kind of glasses you're walking around with today, and understanding what that has produced, so that you can maybe not have any glasses at all. And every time you sit down in the morning and understand I am unlimited and I can create absolutely anything, then you can create every single day in a direction of your dreams. And you can really understand that I've been asleep. Holy shit bananas, I've been asleep. This whole world is mine. This whole world is me. All right. Thank you very much for listening. I know this was long. I told you it would be. All the information for me is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.